So Mahindra launched the Scorpio N a couple of months ago, and at the time we got it for a first drive, got to shoot down a nice highway stretch, take it off-roading, see what it packs in the dirt as well. And it's obviously received an overwhelming response ever since Mahindra launched it. But the one question that a lot of people have been asking me is, what's it like to live with? What's it like to have as your daily driver? And that's exactly what I've been doing with this beautiful white Scorpio over here. Been driving around Pune for a week and just getting to know what it's like to live with. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. I'm Vikram Gore, you're watching MotorScribes, and we're going to be talking about what it's like to drive a Scorpio N in a city like Pune. Now, I've spoken about how the new Scorpio N looks, and it's something that just wins you over. I think the bold new design, it is a massive looking machine, and it has that right sporty, purposeful stance. So, all of that does really bring out the element that the Scorpio is this really tough, macho vehicle. But having said that, it is also a great vehicle to have as your daily driver. But a quick recap of design elements that I personally love are the front grille, the headlights. I love the fact that you've got these beautiful sort of character lines that run down the body. And you also can't miss the fact that it rides on these massive 18-inch rims that just bring out that total quintessential SUV look. Around back, a few brickbats have been received about the rear design of the Scorpio, but I don't mind it that much. I think it looks flatter in videos or photographs, but it's actually got a curve to it. So, you can see that there's a design element at the back, and those tower rear tail lamps do add that extra bit of premiumness overall. Having said that, another fine touch is the whole Scorpion's tail that comes through with the chrome finish, and you also get nice roof rails. So again, taking all of this into account, you have a vehicle that looks good, it's massive, and it sits just right. But living with it in the city, I think that's the question that a lot of people have, is how do you drive something this big around town? Now, Mahindra has ensured that it comes packed with all the right features that just make it right for the urban jungle. And for that, you have to get on board. So the first thing that you feel about the Scorpio N when you get inside is the fact that you get this really nice commanding view of the road. You're kind of like seated on the first floor of, when you're out there in this car. And it is just such a beautiful drive. So adjust your seat. You've got electronically adjustable seats, and that's a great touch. So right over here, you can adjust the driver's seat in more ways than one, and get that right driving position. And you get this real commanding view of the road, which is just absolutely stunning. And you just feel in control, seated over here. And as you set out, you realize that it's just such a wonderful vehicle to drive. It's smooth, the ease of just getting around town. The steering is really nice and light. So, navigating through tight turns, taking small streets, getting around town is just done effortlessly with the Scorpio N. So I had the automatic version, and obviously with that you get the added boon of not having to constantly change gears and do all of that while getting around town. And this automatic is again finely tuned. It does a brilliant job. It's smooth, it shifts gears just great, and it adds to the ease and convenience of getting around town. So no complaints over there at all. But other features on board that make life very easy obviously include the parking system. So you've got front and rear cameras. You've got a beep that tells you how close you're getting to any object. In fact, in the driver's display over here, you get to see the distance as well from a potential object that could put a scratch on your Scorpio N. But navigating in and out of tight parking spots, it's got a host of parking aids that allow you to park with ease. And I think that that is the real touch that makes it so easy and so convenient to have around town. Out on the street, no complaints there at all. It is such a massive vehicle. It commands a lot of road presence, and as you're going around the street, I think people just tend to get out of your way, which is such a great thing. I experienced that a lot while I was driving around in Pune, and yeah, it was very easy. And if you've been to Pune recently, you know that the metro construction is on. There's a lot of construction work going on the road, so the roads are not really in the best of condition. And on top of that, traffic has worsened over the years, and you still have a ton of bikers sort of flying at you from every direction. But I kind of felt that those guys stayed an arm's length away from the car, and that made it really easy to sort of navigate around town. A smooth drive, you stick it in drive mode and it just pulls from the word go. It's got that really nice feel to the engine. It's silent, it's refined, and you get around town quite frugally. In fact, despite a lot of starting and stopping and heavy traffic, I managed to average about 9.7, 9.8 kilometers to the liter, which I think is actually fantastic for a vehicle that is this size and gives you that level of joy while driving around town. Of course, the other bits of convenience that do come into play are the fact that you got a brilliant AC system on board. It is, you got climate control, so you can set it up. The front passenger and the driver can set it up for themselves, so you can keep it at the temperature that you like. And topping it off is the brilliant Sony audio system. So you can crank out your favorite tracks, play around with that 3D surround sound system, and really enjoy what it has to offer. So all in all, a wonderful vehicle to have around town. It was very easy to drive and extremely convenient too. And thanks to its sheer size and the 3-row seating, it's great for an entire family as well. So up front, be seated in the second row, even the third row, which folds down, you know, it does a double fold if you have to get in the luggage. But using it as a city commute, you can keep that bench up. You can get your family and friends on board, and it's something that you can take everybody out for a nice spin in and truly enjoy around town. I had a lot of fun with the Scorpio N. I think it is a vehicle that's very easy to drive in a city, and I would definitely own one even if I lived in a city. But at the same time, it gives you the freedom of heading out of town, going on an adventure. So it is that ultimate vehicle that's sort of packed in place and does everything that you ask of it. And that is the winning formula that I think Mahindra has sort of managed to deliver with the Scorpio N. So there you have it, folks. It's not as bad as it looks. It's definitely a lot easier than it looks. Driving the Scorpio N around town is actually a piece of cake. I've had a lot of fun navigating city streets in and around Pune with the Scorpio N, and it has been quite a blast getting around town. For me, key highlights include the fact that the parking sensors make it very easy to park. The light steering makes it really easy to navigate through small, thin lanes. And overall, don't get taken in by the size. It's a vehicle that you can truly enjoy in the urban jungle.